bounce it. Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another live stream. Welcome to all your latest Chelsea news. And of course, welcome back to the home of the world champions. And of course, last night, we had the here we go for Jorrel Hato. He will become a Chelsea player. We'll go through all the details of that deal, plus the latest on Xavi Simons. One down, one to go in terms of Operation Double Dutch. Latest on Alejandro Garnacho, the future of Nicholas Jackson, and outgoings as well. Big up to everyone that's already locked in. As always, smash up the like, subscribe if you're new around here. Make sure you get involved in the chat. But first things first, guys, as always, just a quick reminder, make sure you check out Jersey's FC Soccer Shop. Link is in the description. Use code BLUEBROTHER for 20% off. Make sure you're looking fresh throughout the summer and throughout next season in the Chelsea home kit, away kit, or the third kit when it drops. Names, numbers, patches, whatever you want on the back. Great quality, affordable prices. Make sure you check it out. Link in description. Use code BLUEBROTHER for 20% off at Jersey's FC Soccer Shop. Now, that's enough about that. Let's get into it, people. Let's say hello to a few of you lot in the chat, and then we're going to get this show on the road. Yes, big up, brother. Hope you're well, bro. Yes, all good, all good. Yes, up the shelves, up the shelves. What's happening regarding front of shirt sponsor? All in hand. We're in conversations with multiple big companies. I think it's just about picking the right one. Yes, yes, yes. Nuhu knows exactly what the score is here. Yes, big up, brother. Simons was done last Thursday. Let's see how they drag it out for. I don't know if Simons is done or not. It's definitely very, very close. Yes, big up, brother. Let's get a top goalkeeper. I agree with you. Road to 18K. Yes, that is exactly what we're on. The road to 18,000 subscribers. We're not far away, chat. We're not a million miles away, people. Yes, afternoon to the world champions. There's an image of Simons at Stamford Bridge circulating. Yeah, but is it AI or is it actually legit? Bro, where have you seen that image? If you message me on Twitter, send me the image and I can bring it up on screen because I haven't seen that. But let's get into it. Let's get into it. Someone message me the picture on Twitter in the DMs or just tag me in it, and we can bring it up because I haven't seen that. But let's start with we also got the latest on Gianluigi Donnarumma as well. But let's start with the Jorrel Hato stuff because obviously in yesterday's show, Ajax were playing a bit of hardball. You know, we were wondering whether they were going to accept the field to continue to demand more money. Well, we got the here we go last night about 8 p.m. UK time. And Romano providing, you know, a few extra details. Hato's been authorised to travel to London for his medical. We'll sign a 7-year deal at Chelsea as per standard protocol. The fee is 43 million euros. So that is 37 million pounds with a sell-on clause as well. So it's 37 million pounds plus sell-on clause, chat. I don't know how big the sell-on clause is going to be for this kind of deal, but ultimately, I would imagine that Hato should be here for at least 3, 4, 5 years, hopefully longer. And so, yeah, look, sell-on clause down the line, I don't think that's a major issue to incur. I think 37 million euros, right? Sorry, 37 million pounds for a 19-year-old. It's for a 19-year-old who is one of the top up-and-coming defenders in Europe. Can play centre-back as well if needed. In a key position we need to fill for the squad. Dutch international, over 100 games for Ajax. Has captained Ajax. Has captained the Dutch on the 21 side. It's such a good move. Such a good move, chat. You know, Cucurella, we know, has been outstanding. But not having a backup for him was literally playing with fire. We were just waiting for him to break down. And the good thing about Hato is that, chat, he's got that potential to be much more than a backup as well. Much more than a backup. So, yeah, and it's an outstanding value for money deal. I really do believe that. Yes, big up, brother. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah, let's go and get Xavi Simons. Let's get it done, people. Very simple. Do you know how good the quality is of those shirts you just advertised? Nah, bro, they're good. I've got two. Let me quickly show you. honestly, bro, I'm not just saying it because if I didn't think it was good, I wouldn't lie about it. But like I've been into the mega store and compared, and you can barely notice the difference. I'm not just saying that. Legitimately, you can barely notice the difference. So yeah, got this one here. Reece James went down to the mega store, get that on there. You know, quality's good. Name, number, and shit on the back. It's I would, if it wasn't good quality, I wouldn't say it is. Simple as that. Yes, big up, bro. Hato is the best I've seen in a while. Smart stuff from the directors. Yeah, and do you know what? We do have to probably give the directors a little bit of credit here, chat. We do probably have to give them a little bit of credit. You know, they've been widely criticised. They've been widely criticised. But they deserve praise for what they've done so far. Oh, as well, we also have update on the future of Marc Guehi. Forgot to mention that. How could I forget my guy Marc Guehi? We've also got updates on that. But yeah, the Hato deal, it's exceptional. Yes, big up to Mark. Yeah, bro. Look, honestly, for those of you that know me, I mean, I probably met some of you personally. Others, it feels like I know because I speak to you every day. But yeah, I don't. I'll just say it how it is. Like, if something's good and the quality is good, I'll say it is. If it's not, I'm not going to force people or promote stuff that I don't believe in. You know, at the end of the day, it's really that simple, chat. Really that simple for me. I hope so. I hope so, bro. I hope so. Yes, run it up. Do you think we'll get a sponsorship before the start of the season? How long's that? It's only really about 2-3 weeks, isn't it? It's not long. It's not long. I'd like to think so. I don't know, but I'd like to think so, brother. I'd like to think so. Petrovic was stinky yesterday. I mean, it's pre-season. It is what it is. I don't really judge too much on pre-season games. Yeah, bro, it's a joke. And shirts are only going to get more and more expensive. And do you know what it is now? Like, copies and replicas are getting so good. Why would you spend, if you wanted to get the Chelsea home, away, and third kit, right, with a name and a number on the back, that's going to cost you 300 quid to get 3 shirts with a name and number on the back. Why would you do that? And then people moan about, you know, the replica market, the fake market. Well, people wouldn't turn to that, and they wouldn't be thriving so much if you just charged a respectable amount of money for football shirts. No football shirts should be more than 50 quid. It costs like honestly, it costs them about 3 quid to make them. It's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. It costs about 2 or 3 quid to make them, and they sell them for 85 quid. It won't be long, I promise you, next couple of seasons, it won't be long until the football quid, just standard, is 100 quid. It won't be long. But anyway, we're getting sidetracked here, but it's fucking shambolic. Absolute disgrace. It is an absolute disgrace. I'd love to add Donnarumma to my squad, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen. Yeah, game's gone. Game's gone. You know, sometimes you got to clown of that shit, paying 3, paying 30 days or whatever it might be. Fortunately, yeah, you know, it's so shit. It's so shit. It's honestly criminal. It's honestly criminal. How do you go on about getting tickets for the game? I don't personally offer a legit seller. No. If I could, I certainly would. No, honestly, in terms of tickets for games, yeah, I go through Chelsea, or I just get them off people who have got season tickets and have spare tickets. That's it. You know, it's so difficult now to get to get them. Oh no, there's no replicas in the store, bro. There's no replicas in the store. The store is obviously the legit one. Yeah, bro. It's unfortunately it's a money talk situation. You know, it's a money talk situation. I remember I don't think they did do it, but I remember there were conversations about Barcelona potentially trying to manufacture their own kits. Well, I think they're obviously I know they're in financial difficulties now, but there was serious conversations about Barca trying to manufacture their own kits. But yeah, bro, it's true. You know, you want the big kit manufacturing deals, you want Nike to pay top money to you. Then unfortunately, you know, yeah. But what I would say, by the way, for those that don't know, and Couch, I think you probably do know this, bro, but this is not a Chelsea issue. Football clubs don't set the price of the shirt. The price of the shirt comes from the manufacturer. And so Chelsea's hands, I think, are a little bit tied. I don't know if conversations go on between Chelsea and Nike about the price or whatever, but yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, we're done. We're done talking about kits. You know, if anyone's got any kit-related issues, message me on social media, and we can discuss kits if you really want to. But let's get back to the business, because yeah, this Jorrel Hato deal, I'm really excited by it. Really excited by it. And I'm surprised that I know there was interest. Well, Liverpool were reportedly interested, as were Arsenal, but it was pretty clear that we were really the only club in for Hato from the off and throughout the duration of the window, which I was a little bit surprised about, because he was the standout option for that alternative to Cucurella in that left back position. He really was, and to add a player of his quality to the squad for that price, it's mad. I still can't believe we've been able to get this deal done at this price, because this is a player who has got exceptional potential. I know we say that about a lot of players at Chelsea and whatnot. Oh, he's got exceptional potential and whatnot. But he legitimately does. He legitimately does have the potential. He really does. You know, he's an excellent signing. He's an all-round defender. And he's going to fit perfectly into that system, left back / left centre back role. It's not stockpiling or anything like that. It's a genuine position that we needed to fill, and for 43 million euros. I mean, this is one of the best deals of the window. This is one of the best deals of the window. To be able to get a player that young with that much potential and that good for, in this day and age, very little money, it's outstanding, chap. It's absolutely outstanding. And so, look, obviously we don't know what he's going to be like in at Chelsea, and we have to wait and see how good he's going to be for us. But at the moment, you know, just purely looking at this from a perspective of him joining the club, I'm not seeing any negatives to this deal at all. I'm seeing no negatives to this deal whatsoever. None. Absolutely none. And then it's been confirmed by Ben Jacobs as well that Hato, where is it? Oh, we got the latest from Marc Guehi as well. Forgot about that. Because there had been some reports saying that, oh, maybe Chelsea were going to use Hato as a backup for centre-back mainly. But that is not the case, chat. That is not the case, as Ben Jacobs has confirmed here. Chelsea view Jorrel Hato as a left-back first and foremost. They agree with former Ajax coach Francesco Farioli, who moved in from centre-back. So Francesco Farioli, chat, was Ajax manager last season. So he arrived at Ajax, the former Nice boss. He arrived at Ajax last summer, where obviously Hato must have predominantly been a centre-back. But Farioli changed him to a left-back. And now it seems that that's his position. Let's see what Francesco Farioli had to say about Jorrel Hato. So Jorrel started as a centre-back, but under our guidance, he became a full-back at national team level. This kind of transformation stems from a detailed analysis of his technical and physical attributes. Hato has excellent technical skills, great to hear, physically strong and fast, brilliant. And he's good on one-in-one situations. He may not have a natural defensive instinct as a centre-back. His experience in that role gave him good game-reading abilities. Ajax still viewed him as a central defender, but I believe that at the very highest levels, like the Premier League, a player who stands at 1.81 metres will struggle to play centrally, especially in physically demanding duels. Fair point. In my opinion, his future lies more as a left-back, a position that requires both attacking and defensive qualities and fits better with his characteristics. Convincing Hato and his entourage wasn't immediate, nor was persuading the club. They had a different perspective, but with patience and by explaining the technical and tactical reasoning through video analysis and meetings, we managed to help him adapt to his new role. After a few weeks, the results began to show. He even scored in his first official matches. And this, guys, this is the power of having a good coach, having a top-level coach, having someone that believes in you, having someone that has an idea, thinks outside the box, sees something different. It would have been very, very easy for Francesco Farioli just to go in and continue using Jorrel Hato as a centre-back. But no, he stuck to his guns. He looked at the situation with Hato and he thought, you know what? Yeah, this guy is a left-back. This guy's a full-back. You know, he's not quite got what it takes to be a centre-back. And so, yes, he can play there, but we're going to move him to left-back. And this is the power of having a good coach. This is the power of having a brave coach who's not afraid to stick his neck out, take bold decisions, make bold decisions. And you could almost say that it's transformed Hato's career. Because if Farioli doesn't come in and change Hato to a left-back, I doubt Chelsea are interested in signing Jorrel Hato if he's just playing as a centre-back. I don't think we even get to that situation. I really don't. Chelsea are cooking on and off the field. You can tell the BBC Hotel are spewing at how we're running business. Maybe they are. Yeah, exactly. This deal, 10 out of 10. That was from, again, I don't like to talk down on people's work, but it's not really come from a legit source, should we say. But we will wait. Hato is Ajax's youngest ever captain. He could well be. Yes, all well, thank you. The signings Chelsea have made, you should be top 2 next year, and I think they will be. I think we've got to aim for top 3. Let's improve on that. Let's go for top 3. But then obviously, yeah, we will see, chat. To be Ajax captain at 17 shows he's something special and a natural leader at that young age. Yeah, and exactly. It takes the pressure off Cucurella, and that's the most important thing. Because if we're being real, chat, Cucurella is getting run into the ground, and he's probably an injury waiting to happen if we hadn't resolved that situation. If we had Huijsen too, the defence probably would have been set for ages. Yeah, look, obviously the Dean Huijsen stuff feels like a lifetime ago now. It was only really a month or so ago that we were sort of going in for him. But yeah, unfortunately, when Real Madrid get involved in proceedings, you know it's curtains. You know that you're missing out. You know, it's as simple as that. You are missing out. You know, and that's just the way it goes sometimes. Yeah, guys, run these likes up. We're 224 in the building with 75 likes. Guys, this should be on over 100 likes already. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. All of that good stuff. Run it up, run it up, run it up. Yeah, come on, chat. Let's get these likes up and subscribe if you're new as well. We're almost at 17.6k. We are 10 subscribers away from 17.6k. Let's get those 10 subscribers knocked off in this show. Smash up the likes and subscribe, chat. Honestly, if we went into the season now, I'd be happy. Simons will help us a lot, but Hato was a necessity. Agreed. Yes, big up, brother. So yeah, look, it's going to be fantastic. Jorrel Hato done and dusted. Obviously, the medical will take place probably this week, and I reckon we'll get an official announcement next week on Jorrel Hato. And that is just a really exciting deal and something I'm really pleased about. Really pleased about, because yeah, people were sort of worrying about it taking a long time and whatnot. And it's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. Brilliant. A really exciting signing, and someone who can serve us well for many, many years. Many, many years. So yeah, mate, that left side, by the way, that left side is locked up like Akon, chat. Cucurella and Jorrel Hato. Name me a better left-hand side in terms of a set of two left-backs. Maybe you could say Andy Robertson and Milos Kerkez, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, yeah, shit. Let's move on to Xavi Simons, though. So that's 1 down, 1 to go in Operation Double Dutch. Right, let's have a look at this photo. Where was I mentioned? Have I definitely been tagged in this photo, chat? Because I'm not seeing any in the mentions. I'm not seeing myself tagged in the photo. Has someone tagged me in this alleged photo of Xavi Simons? Or can someone just message me the photo? Yeah, chat, I'm not seeing this Xavi Simons photo. Who has someone tagged me in it? Twitter is at, let me just put it in. That's my Twitter in the chat now. Also, chat, feel free to follow me if you're not. Yeah, I'm struggling to see how that's legit. I am struggling to see how that's legit as well. I mean, I really am, guys. I really am struggling to see how that's legit. Yeah, sure, it can look like Simons, bro, but have you seen the madness that AI does these days now? Bro, you can get there's a girlfriend filter and it looks like you're with another girl. It's mad. Like AI is causing all sorts of madness and headaches for people. But anyway, we'll bring this photo up. We'll bring this photo up anyway. I'm pretty certain it's not. I'm pretty certain it's not legit. Pretty certain. But who knows? Although, if it was real, people would have picked it up. People would have 100% picked it up if it was real. The Simons deal, though, it's not. We're not far away now, chat. I know this is boring, but we're not far away. Right? Someone's DM'd me the photo. Is this a DM'd photo? Yes, this is a DM'd photo. Right, let's have a look at this. There's no way that's legit. How can you even tell that Xavi Simons? That's just a geezer with braids. Nah, bro, this is not real. This is not real, guys. I mean, I don't know who's thinking it's real. That absolutely is not real. So just to confirm, chat, anyone that thinks that Xavi Simons was at Stamford Bridge the other day and they think it's real, come back to earth, come back to reality, because that is not real. That is not real, chat. Xavi Simons was not at Stamford Bridge the other day. He is currently on RB Leipzig's tour of. He's currently on RB Leipzig's pre-season tour. So yeah. Well, so just to confirm, right? Xavi Simons wasn't at Stamford Bridge, chat. I mean, it doesn't even look like him. It doesn't really even look like him. It's as fake as it gets. So yeah, just to clarify that, Xavi Simons has not been seen at Stamford Bridge, chat. He's not been seen. Okay? Just for those at the back. Guys, we got to stop doing this, right? When a player has one bad game, it suddenly means they're a shit player. Like this way of thinking and analyzing players needs to get in the bin. Like, everybody has bad games. Does that mean they're a bad player? You know, Cole Palmer was pretty poor for the second half of the season in most games. Does that mean he's a shit player? No, it doesn't. Petrovic is a good goalkeeper. Didn't have a very good game yesterday. One game in pre-season. Come on, guys. We're better than this, aren't we? We're better than this, no? Maybe we're not better than this. I'm really unsure at this point. But anyway, yeah. So Xavi Simons, yeah, we're working on the deal. You know, we're working on the deal. I mean, someone's already saying it's done. But again, I'm not sure if it is. This Nicolo Shearer guy. Done deal and confirmed. Xavi Simons will sign for Chelsea from Leipzig. Contract until 2032 with the option of 2033. This guy tweeted that Jorrel Hato was done 10 hours before we actually got the official here we go. So maybe he tweeted that out. So maybe in 10 hours time, we'll get an official here we go for Simons. Who knows? But yeah, the Simons deal is not done, despite people saying it is. It's obviously very, very close, but it's not quite there yet. It's not quite there yet. But it will get there. It will get there, chap. It will absolutely get there. And then that is probably going to be the vast majority of the business done. Yeah, I agree. I don't think we necessarily need that many more centre-backs, to be perfectly honest. I don't think we really need that many more centre-backs. I mean, look, I could be wrong, but I don't think we do need that many more centre-backs. I don't think the Xavi Simons deal is going to. Why is it going to be? Why is the Xavi Simons deal going to be complicated to finish? Can someone please explain why it's going to be complicated to finish? I don't get that, chat. I really don't. By the way, chat, keep smashing up the likes. We're 4 away from 100. Let's keep it moving, chat. Keep it moving. Let's get this to the 100 likes and then keep on stepping. 200 likes the target as always. Yeah, exactly. Fofana's an absolute class centre-back. Need him to stay fit. What's next after Xavi? I don't know if we'll go in for anyone else after Xavi Simons, but a goalkeeper, 100%. We need to get a goalkeeper. I think that's definitely needed. Someone sent me a video. Is that concerning? Yeah, bro, I don't even know if that's real. I saw that on TikTok. Again, that could be AI. That could easily be AI. No, it's not going to be complicated. You know, we've not even submitted an offer yet. We've not even submitted an offer yet for Xavi Simons. You know, an offer hasn't even been put in yet. Once the negotiations are concluded, we will put the offer in. This won't be a bid rejected situation. Exactly. You know, we'll have the conversations. We'll agree on a price. The offer goes in. The offer gets accepted. This won't be a case of bids getting rejected, chat. This absolutely won't be a case of bids getting rejected. We'll be straight in. We'll be straight in. No issues whatsoever. I don't think we do need to sell in Kunku to sign Simons. We can sign Simons and then sell in Kunku afterwards. You know, I don't think we're in that sort of a position where we've got to sign got to sell Nkunku to make room for Simons. Yes, of course, Nkunku needs to go, but Nkunku going is not, the Simons deal is not dependent on Simons going. Sorry, the Simons deal is not dependent on Nkunku going. Again, this stuff on Jashari is just completely untrue. Chelsea aren't looking for a defensive midfielder in this window. He wants AC Milan. He'll leave Club Brugge to go to AC Milan. So yeah, anyone linking Chelsea with Jashari is very, very much wide of the mark. Very much wide of the mark, chap. Very much wide of the mark. No, bro, just to clarify, we are not going for Adon Jashari, just to confirm. We're not going for Jashari. So yeah, that's Simons. There's no update. It's as you were. Negotiations are very advanced. Yeah, we will obviously get there when we get there. Maybe today. Certainly, I think certainly by the end of the week. Certainly by the end of the week, I think we'll get something. I think we'll get something by the end of the week, but let's see. Let's see, chap. Let's see. We need a centre-back who's very good on the ball and has pace. Well, Fofana is that guy. It's just the case of his fitness levels. That's the problem. That is the problem in terms of that for the centre-back department. But let's bring up the latest on Marc Guehi then, because seeing as people are mentioning centre-backs, Chelsea, Spurs, Newcastle and Liverpool have registered varying levels of interest in Marc Guehi. Crystal Palace are believed to want around £40 million. Chelsea have obviously got, I think it's a 20% sell-on clause. So if we were to move for Guehi, we'd get 20% off that price. So what, 8 million off? So Chelsea, in theory, could sign Marc Guehi for £32 million. Now, when you look at it in that perspective, a deal of around £32 million for Marc Guehi, it makes perfect sense. However, you sort of think Guehi's only going to really come to Chelsea if he's going to be a regular starter. But if Fofana stays fit, which is a big if, obviously, he will start. And I think, Enzo Maresca very much likes Levi Colwill. So we're in a position where, with it being a World Cup year, Guehi is going to want to play on a regular basis. He's going to want to play on a regular basis. But maybe he will play on a regular basis at Chelsea, chat. Maybe he will play on a regular basis at Chelsea. It's definitely very, very possible. But I'm also of this opinion as well. Do you take the gamble again on Fofana's fitness, that he's going to stay fit for the majority of the season? Because if you think Fofana's going to stay fit for the majority of the season, then you don't need another centre-back. If you don't want to take that gamble on Fofana's fitness, then you do, unfortunately, need to head into the market for another centre-back. That is the reality of the situation, chat. You will need to head into the market for another centre-back. And Marc Guehi would be an obvious candidate. He'd be an obvious candidate, chat. But again, is he playing ahead of a fit Fofana? Could you play... for example, is a Fofana and Marc Guehi partnership, is that better than a Fofana and Colwill partnership? I don't know. I'll be real, I don't rate Guehi much better than our current options. We should wait another season and see if another viable option emerges. Certainly potential for that. Maybe he does. Maybe he does. Yeah, we have. We have gambled with him before. The thing is, it's all gone very quiet on Guehi's future, though, as well, because there were strong links with us sort of at the start of the summer. Then there was obviously the links of Liverpool, and this is really the first kind of update, if you want to call it that we've had on Guehi. Look, I wouldn't be against signing him. I'd like us to sign him. It's just I'm not sure if he's going to come to Chelsea unless he's unless he's a guaranteed, well, I say guaranteed start. I mean, you can't guarantee anyone anything, but unless he's going to see significant minutes. And is he going to play? Yes, of course, can play in a back two, can play in a back three. Yes, that's obviously appealing. Knows the club having come through the ranks at Cobham. That's appealing. But again, yeah, is he good enough on the football to play for Chelsea in terms of passing out from the back? Look, I think that could be developed. I mean, just because it's not great right now doesn't mean it couldn't improve. But he is a good defender. He's a good Premier League defender, and I wouldn't be against signing him. What we need to weigh up here, chat, is can we take? Bro, that picture's not real. If people think that picture's real, they'll believe anything. They'll believe anything. So yeah, that's where we're at, chat. This is the thing. Do you gamble on Fofana's fitness again? That's basically the question that we've got to ask ourselves. We gambled on Fofana's fitness last season and it backfired. Can we gamble on it again? And if we do gamble on it again, is having the likes of Chalobah and Tosin, is that good enough for us to get by if Fofana goes down again? Those are basically the questions that we need to be asking ourselves here. Do we have enough to get by if Fofana goes down? Can we take the gamble on Fofana? That's the issue here, chap. That is the issue here, and I don't know if it's the right way to go, because we've gambled on players' fitnesses before, and it's backfired on us in terms of causing us issues with injuries. It has obviously backfired on us in the past. Is it going to backfire on us again? It could easily. Bro, we say this every season, and I really hope more than anything he is, because I really do like Wesley Fofana. However, bro, we can't go for Branthwaite. He's literally just signed another deal. I mean, look, I'm a big fan of Trevor Chalobah, but I think when Wesley Fofana's fit and playing his best football, he is absolutely Chelsea's best centre-back, in my opinion. Chalobah's done an exceptional job. Colwell improved massively over that second half of the season towards the end of the season. It's just, if Fofana's can have a similar comeback from injury to Reece James, then things could be okay. But that's the problem. Do you just go and sign someone else, or do you really put your trust in Fofana again and kind of hope for the best? It's a difficult decision to make. But if Chelsea want Guehi, then we need to kind of be quickish about it. He's clearly not going to sign a new deal at Crystal Palace. He's clearly not signing a new deal at Palace, and that deal runs out. That deal expires obviously next summer. So he could be available on a free transfer. Palace, I'm sure, would rather get some form of money for him than see him walking away for free at the end of the season. But maybe they might think that's worth it. I've got no idea. But again, if you don't go for Guehi, who do you go for? Because let's be real, chat. Marc Guehi is going to be the best value for money option and the cheapest option. There's no doubt about it in my mind that Guehi is going to be the best value for money option and the cheapest option on the market in terms of getting a top centre-back in. you know? Um, we'll see. But yeah, look, 40 million quid, bro. Hincape's not going to leave Leverkusen. And he's more of a left back, centre back hybrid as well. And it's not exactly what we need now that we've signed Hato. That's the reality of that situation there. But I don't think we'd be wasting money on Guehi. But again, if we were to sign Marc Guehi, someone needs to be sold. And would you could imagine that Palace would potentially ask about Chalobah being involved in a deal, and I'm not sure I'd be up for getting Guehi in at the expense of Chalobah. Is that for me? That for me is not a great deal. That for me is not a great deal, chat. Guehi in at the expense of Chalobah. I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that whatsoever. Not feeling it whatsoever, chat. Really not. Really not feeling it at all. But, it is what it is. I couldn't even rule that out. Thing is, though, bro, like, no, I don't think any sort of names are suddenly going to pop up between now and January. I really don't. I really don't think any names are just going to suddenly appear out of nowhere. Chat, keep smashing the likes. We're on 115. We need to get this up to the 120. Yeah, favorite number. I respect Trev, very underrated. Yeah, absolutely. He is massively underrated. What do you think of Milinkovic? Yeah, no, he's had a solid season at Nottingham Forest, good season at Forest. But yeah, again, I'm not saying that Guehi's the only one, by the way. But if you're talking about value for money options and good deals in the market, then yeah, he's for me, he's very much ticking a lot of boxes. Very much ticking a lot of boxes, chat. No doubt about it, in my view. No doubt about it. I mean, everyone's available for the right price, but I don't get the impression that Murillo is available this summer. I'm not getting that impression at all, guys. So the answer to that question is no. I don't think Murillo is available this summer. Obviously, if someone drops 100 million on the table, then they probably sell him. But let's be honest, that sort of thing isn't happening. So yeah, there we are. So yeah, so that's kind of where we're at, chat. Yeah, bro, crazy. I agree that Trevor shouldn't be sold. I absolutely agree on that. For me, the only way another centre back comes in is if we're basically unsure on the Fofana situation. You know, that's ultimately the situation we find ourselves in, chat. Exactly. He cost an absolute arm and a leg. Yes, all good, bro. Hope you're well. Yeah, and this is why it's such a difficult decision. This is why it's such a difficult decision because you know what would likely happen, right? You know, if we don't sign someone, Fofana probably picks up an injury or two next season. But you know, if we then go and sign someone, it will stay fit. That just seems to be the way that it goes these days. You know, that just seems to be the way that it goes. No, bro, Alfie Gilchrist is going to be sold. Alfie Gilchrist is going to be sold. Yeah, no, very straightforward. Gilchrist will be, he'll be gone. He will be gone, chap. Chelsea will sell him, probably to the Championship. Bro, we've had a very good summer window. You know, people are obsessed with big names. We've actually had a really good summer window. Really good summer window. Exactly. And Fofana's had very similar injury issues to Reece James in regards to hamstrings and whatnot. So yeah, that's the latest on the Marc Guehi situation. Let's wait and see what develops over the coming days and weeks. Let's talk about, before we talk about Alejandro Garnacho, let's talk about let's talk about Gianluigi Donnarumma. Let's talk about Donnarumma. Because obviously people are getting a little bit carried away. You know, Donnarumma has been linked with Chelsea purely because Chelsea obviously looking at a new goalkeeper potentially. And it looks like, by the way, that Donnarumma could be on his way out of contract at the end of the season, at the end of next season. And no signs of a new deal yet. PSG have agreed a deal to sign Lucas Chevalier from Lille, who's clearly going to go and be a number one there. I don't see him leaving Lille to be a number two at PSG. And Romano has provided an update on the situation with Chelsea and Donnarumma. No talks ongoing at this stage between Gigio Donnarumma and United or Chelsea. Nothing concrete ongoing despite reports. So that's at this point in time, chat, that there's nothing going on at this stage. Doesn't mean that couldn't change, but currently there isn't anything going on with Donnarumma and Chelsea. You know, he's obviously going to want a lot of money. That's part of the reason why he didn't renew at AC Milan and went to PSG, because they weren't prepared to pay him the money that he was wanting. I still maintain that this would be a very good signing. And if we could get this guy in, it would be a big, big statement. It would be a big, big statement, chat. Huge statement of intent. Huge statement of intent. You only have to look at how good he was in the Champions League last season. Yes, he might not be the best with his feet or whatever, but he's a better goalkeeper than Robert Sanchez every single day of the week and twice on Sundays. And that's not putting my own players down. That's just being honest and realistic. Donnarumma is better as a better goalkeeper than Robert Sanchez. You know, it's really, that's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. Yes, okay, Robert Sanchez has improved. Donnarumma's better, bro. Are we really having this conversation? Are there genuinely people that think that Robert Sanchez is not better, is better, than Donnarumma? Guys, let's put it this way. If Robert Sanchez was available, what top clubs are going for him? What top clubs are going for Robert Sanchez? If Donnarumma is available, look at the list of clubs that will be going for him. No, bro, these Ardon Jashari rumours are not true. Not true. Once again, Chelsea's name just being used. So look, my point is, right, Donnarumma is better than Sanchez. It's that simple. If Robert Sanchez was available, which he is, let's be honest, then the level of clubs going for him is going to be nowhere near the caliber of club that is going for Donnarumma. So if Sanchez is better, why would top clubs not be going for him then? Sanchez is okay. He's okay. He's improved. He made improvements at the end of last season, and he had a decent Club World Cup. However, in my opinion, he's still a complete and utter liability, and will cost you points over the course of a season. You know, Donnarumma was very, very good at PSG. You know, he was outstanding in that Champions League campaign, but clearly Milan think they can do better. And Lucas Chevalier coming in is someone that will probably be on less money and maybe a goalkeeper that suits what Luis Enrique is looking to do. You know, and maybe suits his style of play better. That's the reality. Bro, PSG are not signing Chevalier if Donnarumma's staying. Chevalier is a France international. Chevalier is a France international. He's not going to be leaving. He's not going to be leaving Lille, where he's number one and playing regularly, to go and sit on the bench at PSG. He's not. I'm not saying that PSG don't want Donnarumma, but they'd keep him at a price that they think is fair. And clearly they can't come to an agreement. Yeah, and that's also a fair point. That's absolutely also a fair point, and I can understand that. I can absolutely understand that. You know, and that's why the Maignan thing makes a bit more sense, because you could bring him in for 2 or 3 years. Pender's out on loan, getting himself ready, and then he's obviously what they see as the long-term number one. He's absolutely who they see as a long-term number one, chat. So that's why a Maignan makes more sense. But if there's an opportunity on the market to go and sign someone like a Donnarumma, one of the best goalkeepers in Europe, whether people want to admit it or not, or whether people agree or not, surely you've got to be taking those opportunities. Because those opportunities don't come about very often. Those opportunities don't come around very often. Yeah, look, Penders has got a load of potential. Absolutely, no doubt about it. Penders has got a load of potential. But yeah, that's all it is right now. Let's see how he does at Strasbourg this season. He's 19 going on 20. I think we still need a couple, let's say years from. Yeah, he probably needs a couple years on loan. Still. Probably still needs a couple of years on loan. Kendry Paez has officially joined Strasbourg on loan, confirmed. Yeah, that's been confirmed by Chelsea. Yes, big up, bro. Yeah, if there's any chance we can get him. Yeah, look, Sanchez has made some good saves. Of course he has. Sanchez has made some good saves. But if you're presented with an opportunity to get Gianluigi Donnarumma, surely you go and do it. I'm not hyping Penders. Penders has clearly got a lot of talent and a lot of ability and high potential, and Chelsea clearly believe in him. But the guy's not played a single minute in one of Europe's top 5 leagues. So let's go and get it done. Let's see what he can do. But Chelsea shouldn't be in a rush to get Mike Penders ready. They shouldn't be in a rush. Bro, we had the 3rd best defensive record in the league. I know you hate Colwell, but Sanchez, no one's at fault for the mistakes that Sanchez that leads to goals. Even if we could have done better defensively in certain instances, Sanchez is still making absolute howlers that are costing us points. Very, very simple. Look, Sanchez is not good enough at the end of the day. If we want to move forward, if you want to be a top 4, top 5 side, then Sanchez is probably fine. Sanchez is fine. Sanchez is fine if you want to be a top 4, top 5 club and maybe you pick up the odd domestic cup here and there. But this is Chelsea, and we need better than that. We need better than that. Look at the goalkeepers we've had. Kudachini, Cech, Courtois. Mendy was very good for an 18-month spell. And now you look at the goalkeepers and you think you had Petr Cech and Courtois, and now you've got Robert fucking Sanchez. Like, we're upgrading all over the pitch, which is great, and we're making some really good signings. But why are we not looking at the goalkeeping position? What is it that Chelsea see in this guy that they're just not prepared to budge on? What is it? Because I just don't know what it is. Bro, we all know that Sanchez is not going to keep this form up throughout the season. We know this is not going to be the case. If Sanchez proves me wrong, I'll be absolutely delighted. But I think we all know, well, most of us know, that he's not good enough. And he will make mistakes next season that costs us goals and costs us points. He hasn't got that consistency. He does not have the consistency that we need. Bro, what are you basing Sanchez being good on, though? What are you basing him being good on? And don't say, oh, he had this, whatever, he was ranked highly in save percentage. Because there's more to goalkeeping than ranking highly in a save percentage. What is he good at? What are you basing Sanchez being good on? Because I'll tell you right now, is any top team swapping their goalkeeper for Robert Sanchez? No, they're not. Are City swapping their keeper for Sanchez? No. Are Liverpool swapping their keeper for Sanchez? No. Are Arsenal? No. No top teams are swapping their current goalkeepers for Robert Sanchez. So that should give you the answer that you're looking for. Yeah, top teams, Tom. Top teams. Bro, you can spin it how you want. He made the most errors leading to goals in the Premier League last season. I don't care how many matches it was in. Most errors leading to goals in the Premier League last season. I don't want my goalkeeper topping those lists, and he'll probably top the list again. No, did I fuck? No, I didn't. But no, I praised him for his performance. You know, yeah. The thing is, though, we can upgrade on Robert Sanchez, and we can upgrade on him this summer. It's just we're choosing not to, chat. We're just choosing not to. We're choosing not to upgrade on him. And look, I hope that's not a decision that comes back to cost us. I hope it's not. And again, look, there's no point moaning about Sanchez because at the end of the day, we know he's going to be the number one next season. We know he's going to be the number one next season. But to say that we can't upgrade this summer is just nonsense because we absolutely can upgrade this summer, chat. We can upgrade this summer on Sanchez. Definitely. Guys, we're on 131 likes. Let's get this up to 150. Come on, chat. Keep smashing the likes. Keep smashing the likes. Yeah, bro, the cold hard facts that I'm looking at are most errors leading to goals in the Premier League last season. There's no defending that. There's no defending that at all. Because for all the good work he does, it will always be undone by the bozo errors he has and the stupid mistakes that he makes. And I'm yet to see any evidence of that changing. I hope that I'm wrong. I need to be wrong for the sake of next season. But, bro, how do we even know? We don't even know how good Penders is going to be. We just presume he's going to be very good. Yeah, he had a high save percentage in the Premier League. Okay, and that's great, no problem. But he's not good enough. Everyone knows that you're not going to win the league with Sanchez in goal. Maresca deep down knows that. He knows. Bro, I've been in the stadium week in, week out the last 2 years, and Sanchez has never dunked on me. Never. So, yeah. No, I'm more than happy to be proven wrong. More than happy to be proven wrong. I want to be proven wrong. I want to be proven wrong. I don't think we have to watch out for anything Spurs are doing this season, to be perfectly honest. We always beat Tottenham. There's nothing really to worry about in regards to that. Look, I would have taken Manyan. We should still maybe try and go for Manyan. I would take Donnarumma, but again, the money would need to be right in terms of wages. In terms of wages, the money would need to be right. So, let's wait and see. But right now, no contact between Donnarumma and Chelsea or Manchester United. Let's see if that changes later on in the window. It could change later in the window. We don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait and see on that one, chat. But let's move on to Alejandro Garnacho because those rumours are still there and those links are still there. I mean, they're still quite strong. TalkSport reporting, obviously, Ben Jacobs and Uh, Alex Crook, that Chelsea are still pushing for Garnacho. Oh, they've just linked the fucking homepage. Maybe it's going to... Is it going to be here? No, maybe it's not going to be here. Let's try and find it, chat. No, I don't know where it is. But anyway, Chelsea are still pushing for Garnacho, chat. This is going to be one that goes to the end of the window for sure. We'll wait until August. No doubt about it. But there's going to be some sort of domino effect. And Romano has spoken about the domino effect. If United get Benjamin Sesko, Nicholas Jackson could be an option for Newcastle. If Newcastle gets Sesko, we know Chelsea appreciate Garnacho. So there could be something there. The striker domino will be driven in the next days. So we know that if obviously... who knows? No, I don't. I personally don't. Look, if Newcastle gets Sesko, Man United will go for... If Newcastle gets Sesko, United will go for Ollie Watkins as their backup option. If United get Sesko, Newcastle are fucked, basically. Because United have already kind of ruled out going for Jackson. I don't think Jackson's going anywhere. I'll be very interested to see whether Newcastle seriously step up their interest in Jackson when they miss out on Sesko. Because I think it's pretty clear they're going to miss out. Yeah, Newcastle want Visser, but bro, if Isak's going and they needed a striker anyway, getting Visser's is not gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it. Newcastle will be desperate, absolutely desperate. I think they will. If they can find the finances, I think they'll get him. They need to find the finances though, but I'm pretty sure they can get him. I mean, look, Voltemade was going to be going to Bayern Munich. It's all gone pretty quiet on his future. I'm not too sure what's going to be going on. Not too sure what's going to be going on there. No, bro, I don't see any situation in which Nkunku stays. No situation at all. Nkunku, in my opinion, will... yeah, he'll definitely be on his way out. He'll definitely be on his way out. Yeah, Brentford could be in trouble, bro. They could be in trouble, for sure. They could absolutely be in trouble. Nkunku is on Inter Milan's list at the moment, but only if their move for Ademola Lookman falls through. So if their move for Lookman falls through, then obviously, yeah, Inter will potentially go for Nkunku. That's what's being reported. But no, I don't see any circumstance in which he stays. Don't see any circumstance in which he stays. No circumstances at all. But hey, let's see, guys. Let's see. Yeah, but I think he's going to go to Inter Milan. Watkins at United makes sense. It does make sense. But this is the little domino effect that we're there. Sure, Villa can say they've closed the doors, but you know, time will tell. But yeah, Garnacho is very much going to be one of them ones, chat, where I think it goes right down to the wire. Right down to the wire. Any word about Sterling? No, there's interest from Fulham. He's been offered to Napoli. As of yet, though, no offers for Raheem Sterling. No offers as of yet for Raheem Sterling. Yeah, bro, Morgan Rogers is going to sign a new contract at Villa. That's what's being reported. So, yeah, the Chelsea interest has been there, but probably just being used. Probably just being used. Our name being used, chat. Bro, because there's not going to be constant updates about negotiations. The next update will be the here we go or deal off. That's going to be the next update, a here we go or a deal off on Xavi Simons. You know, he's too expensive. You know, he's too expensive. Very simple. There's been some quotes, by the way. Yeah, Lautaro Martinez. There's been quotes, by the way, chat, from Nico Jackson on his future that have just come out. Let me find them. Yeah, he's done a interview here. Right, let's have a look. So, let's bring it up. Competition. I don't have a competitor. We are all here to help the club. Everyone has their role to play. I'm on a mission. It's up to the coach to make his choices. I only focus on my work. Let's see what other things are being said in this interview. Translate to English. This is the interview. Let's go through it. What is your assessment of the season at Chelsea? We thank God I won 2 trophies. There were difficult moments, moments of glory. Every season is like that. But the most important thing is to stay focused, to learn and to grow in the face of adversity. You had a brilliant start before a downturn. What happened? That's football. There are ups and downs, but I didn't lack confidence. I was focused on what I needed to improve. The most important thing is to get up at the right time without getting distracted. This summer, I've done that. Focused solely on my work. We don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Your name is circulating everywhere during the transfer window. Bundesliga, La Liga, and other Premier League clubs. I'm a Chelsea player. The future belongs to God. If there are any changes, you'll know. For now, I'm focused on my preparation. Bro, Jackson's got unfinished business. He'll be staying at the football club. I'm pretty certain on that. Nico Jackson will be staying at the football club unless he wants to leave. Unless he wants to leave. Unless he wants to leave, you know. And again, you know, people can call it third choice striker or whatever they want to call it, but it's options. We had this discussion the other day, chat. There's no guarantees, by the way, that Delap is instantly a starter ahead of Jackson. You know, people are presuming that, but there's no guarantees. There's no guarantees on that. You know, it's a presumption. Again, look, we hope that João Pedro is going to be great for us in the Premier League. But again, we don't know that. You know, yes, he had a great impact at the Club World Cup. We don't know how good he's going to be in the Premier League. So, yeah. Again, this thing about attitude, you don't know these players. We don't know these players personally. Again, presumptions. We don't know this. We don't know this. People are presuming they know what's going to happen next season. People are presuming they know how many goals Jackson's going to score, how well he's going to play, and they're just presuming his value will go down. There's no guarantees of any of this. People think they know, but the reality is that no one knows how good Jackson will be next season. Yeah, Gittins will get minutes next season. Of course he will. Of course he will. Gittins will absolutely get minutes next season. No, because with Broja, we've seen that he's not up to it. You know, Jackson, we've seen, can score goals for Chelsea. You know, we've seen what he can offer to the football team. And competition is great. Why wouldn't you want 3 decent options at number 9 next season? Why wouldn't you want that? You know, I don't get why people would actively want less options in the squad. That, to me, doesn't make sense. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it's gonna stay. He'll be staying. Well, absolutely for Nico staying at the club, but as long as he's content with his position in the pecking order, which is clearly again, I don't think that I don't think the bro, Delap knows there's going to be competition for places. He knows that he'll be on the bench for games at Chelsea. You know, Delap joined us because he likes the project and there'll be opportunities to play. If his sole purpose was playing week in, week out, he wouldn't have joined us. He knows that he's not going to play every single week. He knows that. I'm absolutely for Nico staying at the club, but as long as he's content with his position, I don't think it has been clearly established. I don't think we can judge the Club World Cup as a clear establishing of the pecking order. Bro, I don't think he is. I don't think he is personally. I really don't think he is. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, and I'm happy to be wrong if that's the case. But I don't think he is. Yeah, that's a different conversation. Delap and Pedro naturally are better finishers for sure. Jackson will play plenty of games. If Jackson stays, he'll play at least 25, 30 games next season, in my opinion. He'll play at least 25, 30 games next season if he stays in all comps. Bro, Pedro won't only play as a striker for us. He will play in other positions as well. He might play most of his minutes as a striker, but he will play in other positions for us as well. Bro, he won't start against Crystal Palace because he's suspended. The final game of his ban, carrying over from last season. I think Joao Pedro is also suspended because he got a red card at the end of last season. Could well do. Could well do. Yeah, Pedro won't always start as a 9. He won't always start as a 9, you know? You know, he won't always start as a 9. Delap by default will have to start against Palace because the other two options are suspended. So by default, Delap will be starting against Palace. Chat, we're 7 likes away from 150. Smash up the like button. Let's get to that target. Run up the likes. We're still 10 subscribers away from 17.6k. Come on, guys. Let's get those final 10 subscribers and keep smashing up the likes. I'm not saying I necessarily disagree, but we don't know that for certain, is all I'm saying. People are basing their assumptions on the Club World Cup, and that, to a certain extent, is okay. But I don't think it paints the whole picture. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I don't think it paints the whole picture. That's all. August the 4th. So, yeah. Monday. They're back in on Monday. Jesus Christ. That's short, isn't it? Yeah, maybe he wouldn't. Also a very good point. Also a very good point. People talk about Jackson having discipline issues, right? But then they conveniently overlook João Pedro also has had discipline issues at Brighton with red cards and whatnot. And also overlook the fact that Liam Delap was the most booked player in the Premier League last season. So all of our so all of our players, all of our centre forwards, to a certain extent, do have disciplinary issues. So yeah, look, let's see what happens with Nico Jackson. I personally think the guy will be here next season. Other people might disagree with me. Other people may disagree with me, and well, actually, may disagree. Other people will definitely disagree with me. However, I don't have an issue with that, chat. I don't have an issue with that. I don't have an issue with it. Anyway, let's wait and see what happens. Let's wait and see what happens. Yeah, cup games are next weekend. Yeah, next Friday, next Sunday. Cup games, especially knockouts, are different from the marathon league games. Hence, Jackson will be exceptionally good for Chelsea. Yeah, Nkunku's leaving. Nkunku's gone. This guy. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what Delap can do in this team and in this system. That's going to be the interesting thing, chat. That's absolutely going to be the interesting thing. So, yeah. Yes, big up, brother. Big up, big up. What else is there to go through? I don't think there's too much else to go through, chat. Let's look. Let's look. Let's look. They do. This is it, chat. All the strikers provide something different. That sums it up perfectly. That sums it up perfectly. Bro, we're all waiting for the Xavi. Here we go. And will it come today? I don't know, is the answer. I'm not sure it will come today, if I'm being totally honest. I think we're looking at a tomorrow or over the weekend. That would be my bet on it. That would be my bet, tomorrow or over the weekend. So yeah, I've got no idea how long negotiations like this take, chat. No idea whatsoever. I don't know when Hato's flying to London, but the medical should be taking place either this week or certainly next week. This week or next week, that's for sure. Yeah, it doesn't mean he's shit. We discussed this earlier. Just because a player has a bad game doesn't mean they're shit. You know, does not mean they are shit, chat, if they have a bad game. We know we need to be doing we need to be doing better than that. We need to be doing better than that. But yeah. Now really the Xavi hold up, they're just trying to negotiate the final fee and whatnot. That's it. That's it. There's nothing more to it than that. There's nothing more to it than that, guys. Nothing more to it than that. You know, I think people just need to relax a little bit, not be worried so much. Not be worried so much, guys. Bro, there'll be a sponsor by the beginning of the season. I'm pretty certain on that. I'm pretty certain there will be. I'd be surprised if there wasn't. Again, could be wrong, but I'd be surprised if there wasn't. I'd be very surprised if there wasn't. But we will see, chat. We'll see. He hasn't, but again, doesn't mean there's any problems. You know, just because he's not said anything. Yeah, it could be viewed as a slight concern, but I'd be surprised if it collapsed, given how far it's come. Given how far it's come, I would be surprised if it collapsed at this stage of proceedings. I really would be, guys. But anyway, it is what it is. Chat, do I think Fofana's ready to train? Yeah, I think Fofana's fit and ready to go, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm aware. I've not seen anything that doesn't suggest otherwise. But yeah, chat, we're going to round this one out now. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Please, on your way out, smash that like button. Subscribe. If you're new around here as well, we're 10 subscribers away from 17.6. Every new subscriber helps on the road to 20k, so make sure you smash the subscribe button, smash up the likes. Big love for all the support this afternoon, as always. I'll be back later on if there's any major news. If not, see you guys tomorrow. Up the Chelsea, and I'm out. Peace.